I've been obsessed with barbecue ever since I was a child. I love it so much that I travel the planet cooking, eating, and building barbecues. Woohoo! Yeah! Won national barbecue championships, wrote books, made TV shows. But the crazy part is that barbecue's changing. Where barbecue used to be about ribs, brisket, and pulled pork, it's now changing into crispy pork and melting cheese. And instead of behaving like a barbecue snobs, I'm embracing the trends. I'm even going to give you my prediction on the viral barbecue trends that I think are coming up in 2026. In 2025, we saw some epic grilling trends. Think about the Big Mac tacos, flavor bombs, crispy, beefy fat, fried tortillas, shells topped with molten cheese and ice-cold crunchy lettuce is the perfect mix of nostalgic Big Mac tang and a smoky backyard char. And the Big Mac sauce drenched on that masterpiece? Well, how about Arayes? You're biting into a pita stuffed with spicy lamb or beef that's been grilled until bread shatters and it cracks. It's crispy, it's got a golden crust, and it's packed full with flavor. And of course, then there was the viral crack burger. Pure addiction on a bun with ranch seasoning, crispy bacon bits, and a mountain of shredded melted cheese, and as messy as possible. The 2025 barbecue recipes were pretty epic, but maybe my predictions for 2026 are going to be even better. One thing's for sure, it's gonna fix your dopamine, it's gonna be greasy and crunchy. Let's start with my first prediction. It's actually not a trend that started in 2026. You see, it actually started in 2025. This recipe is called lavash kebab, but it's been translated to tortilla kebabs. And the first thing that we're going to need is some fine chopped bell peppers. And of course, some fine chopped onion. The funny thing about these trends is that you see them mostly in short form content. But there are a lot of details that really matter while making these recipes that are actually not in these videos. And that's what long form content is for. I get to tell you all about the techniques, like chopping fine the onion, as fine as you can get it with a knife, to get the texture you need for this recipe. You see, this recipe is all about structure and balance. Even though it's fast food and it's easy, there's still some details that make it even better. And one of the details is in the name, lavash. Lavash is about bread. It's basically a flatbread that comes from the Caucasus area. That is the area where the flatbread is super popular and they eat it a lot with kebab. So therefore the name of this dish is lavash kebab. However, there's a problem, and I've personally run into this problem, and that is that we used to have flatbread for sale in the supermarket, but not anymore. No more fresh flatbread. And that's a complaint to the supermarket, my local supermarket. Can you please bring back lavash? But what I wanted to tell you about it is the name changed. It went from lavash kebab to tortilla kebabs. That is, I know, it's a substitute. We kind of exchanged lavash for tortilla. And that is how it went viral. And that's kind of the trick, to have all the ingredients readily available at any store or any supermarket. That is the key to make your recipe go... Brother, seriously, I'm speaking. That is the key to get the viral... Ah, come on. That is the key for the recipe to go viral. Because after all, if you don't have the ingredients readily available, how can you make the recipe? I see chicken soup in the near future. Rooster soup maybe. So far I have a kilogram of minced meat, 1 small diced onion, and half a red bell pepper diced. Now I'm going to add some barbecue seasoning, and I'll be using the Pitmaster X Gyro seasoning. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that, and then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of beef seasoning, followed by some shredded cheddar. I'm going to mix it up by hand until I have a smooth meat dough. And the smooth part is important so it gets nice and sticky. In my case, the minced meat is a little dry, and that means it doesn't turn into a smooth paste, so I'm going to add a little bit of lukewarm water to it just to get that smooth consistency. Once the dough is a smooth paste, it's time to take the tortilla leaves, cut them into the square. Once you got them squared up and spread out and looking perfect for your OCD, it's time to stack them up. I'm gonna make a quick little sauce to go with that out of some Greek yogurt, juice of half a lemon, 2 grated garlic cloves, a little bit of grated cucumber, olive oil, Pitmaster X Gyro seasoning, and the freshness of the sauce is gonna pair perfectly with the tortilla kebab. I fired up the Napoleon Prestige Phantom, turned on all the burners and set them to the lowest position. That is gonna give me a temperature of about 180 degrees Celsius, and that is perfect to grill the tortilla kebabs. You can just put it on the grill grates Or you can take a little pan, put some butter in it, let it melt on the barbecue. Take a brush the grill grates, and then brush the tortilla kebab and put it on the grill. While that's cooking, let's work on the second recipe that I think is going to go viral in 2026. And that there's a really strong reason why I think it's going to work. I'm going to give you a little hint of why I think it's going to go viral. The reason is melting cheese. Take a little bowl, put a little bit of butter in, put in store-bought pizza dough, French cheese like Camembert, tomato pulp, dried oregano, then fold it close, brush it with molten butter, and then bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. So in the time that these are cooking, we can even make a third recipe because it's so easy to do and it's absolutely genius. I even think I accidentally saved the best one for last. Take a kilogram of minced meat, chop fine and add some scallions. Also chop fine some parsley and add that too. Then about 5 tablespoons of your favorite barbecue seasoning and mix it all up. I'm gonna give you the real trick behind this last recipe. You can find it in a local hardware store, probably. At least I did. Look, remember something like this? It's one of those fish clamps. I don't know, does anybody ever buy these? But they're sold in a local hardware store, and I finally found a reason to buy one. This is an instant hit if you show up like this. Just pre-made this, put it in your fridge, and then when your friends come around, pull this out and say, hey, you want to smoke a fatty? Let's go. Because then all you have to do is just put it on the grill. I mean, how can that not go viral? The cool thing about this recipe is that it's not been crazy viral yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. People are going to repeat this recipe, they're going to make it, and then the world sees the light. Everybody's going to get one of those fish baskets. They're going to be sold out while they've been laying there for 15 years at the same spot. And now, well, now you're going to get one too. Super crispy and crunchy. Now the last dish, the grill basket fatty is done. Look at that. Now it's time for the second dish. That is done the last, but it's probably the least amount of work. Let's flip this open. Look at that. Wow. And it might be the last to come out, but it's definitely not the least one to come out. What is not to love about this little pizza bomb? We got bread, we got pizza sauce, and we got loads of molten cheese. Wow, that is good. Woo! Oh boy. But what about the fish basket fatty? It might win prizes too. Oh, definitely don't want to be pescatarian. Put down below in the comments which one of these you think is going to go viral and which one you like best, or why not. While you do that, I'm going to take the time to thank our sponsor Napoleon Grills for supporting us making these beautiful videos and providing us with the tools to make them. So thank you, Napoleon, for making it happen. Cheers guys, see you in the next one. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling.